All right, let's go for a round two here. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but let's see if this actually kicks off. Let me go over here and reset one thing here. All right. I think we're good to go. All right. Sorry about that. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but I think you guys should be fine. I know this is going to fuck with views a lot here, so we'll see how bad or good this actually ends up being. Long story short, Bitcoin's still kind of in this rough spot, but I think we're going to be okay in the next few days here. Let me move over something very fast. Just make sure this is fine. I forgot to add a poll here. Are you buying any crypto this week? There we go. And I think we should be good. Yeah, I think that'll work out. Sorry about that. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I'm guessing that Loki pushed a button on accident and that turned off the stream. Only thing I can really imagine, but regardless, I think we're going to be okay. So, as far as the big news here today, this is going to be it. The SEC approves Ethereum ETFs. Fee wars begin. I heard about this basically about an hour ago, you see on here, but it's been talked about, I would say, for the last few hours. And I want to break down exactly what's going on. I'm going to read this for you guys, just so you guys have a little bit of an idea of what's happening. So, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is set to approve the 10 Ethereum exchange-traded funds next week, marking a significant development in the cryptocurrency market. These ETFs are expected to launch with varying fee structures, with notable fees disclosed by major players. BlackRock has set a fee of 0.25% for its Ethereum ETF, while Grayscale has announced a fee of 2.5% for its Ethereum ETF and 0.25% for its Ethereum mini trust. I don't know what's going on with Grayscale. I can't tell if they're being greedy or whatnot, but you have to adjust to the market. And if you don't, what may end up happening is Ethereum bounces up and they may be forced to sell off a lot of Ethereum, kind of like we saw before. So I'm curious if Ethereum is going to go in a little bit of a tranche here and then boost up a little bit later on. And hey, Wilder, yeah, I don't know what happened. I feel like when Loki was up here, he might have pushed a button on accident. And my software for streaming is a little bit weird. Sometimes if you push the space button, it's the same thing as just pushing end stream. I don't like it at all. But so what I do is I find my place on the website and I just click off of it. That way nothing is happening, right? Or how do I say? If I push the space bar, it's affecting the window and not the software. So yeah, it was pretty shitty. Sorry about that. But basically, this is what I wanted you guys to see right here. Let me actually go over here to this one. So just in from radar, 10 Ethereum ETFs launching next week. These are everything and the fees, right? All the different ETFs and the different fees associated with them. Right now we have Franklin Ethereum ETF. Starting fee is 0. Post waiver fee is 0.19. Van Eck 0.2 after the post waiver. But let's just actually go to starting. I think starting is probably the best. Bitwise 0. 21 shares 0. Fidelity 0. iShares 0.12. Grayscale Ethereum Mini Trust 0.12. Invesco Galaxy Ethereum ETF 0.25. And then you got Grayscale whopping up there at 2.5%. Absolutely insane. You hear somebody coming up the stairs? Yeah, you're fine. Go over there. Oh, it's probably my Amazon package. But yeah, so it is going to be a little bit more expensive for people that want to do Grayscale. Everybody else is relatively cheap, especially once you see the post waiver fee. It all kind of balances out, kind of close to 20 to 20.25, basically. Grayscale just seems to be the only thing. And I know, well, what's going to happen now is it's going to fuck up the stream, so people are only going to get that notification, and they're not going to get this notification, so the only way they're going to be able to see it is if they pop open YouTube and they see my face right there, which is going to be a pain in the butt. I don't even know if I actually have the right thumbnail on this one. Notice the title's everything different. Yeah, everything's different about this video. Maybe I'll do this right here. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'm still testing out a bunch of stuff this week as far as my channel, so with not good results overall. We'll have to see how it turns out. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, guys, so one of the things I want you guys to understand is the custodians here. Most of these are Coinbase. One is Gemini and one is Fidelity, and it looks like there's one that's NA here. We just don't have the information coming from the ProShares Ethereum ETF. But Coinbase is still making quite a bit of money here, and I would anticipate that I'm going to buy some more Coinbase stock here for the next maybe quarter or two and kind of see how it goes. And I'll probably sell it within the next year here because I expect the rally to be done within the next year probably. So Coinbase seems to be getting some real good revenue from all these trades. And hey, Jamrock, yeah, it was disconnected. Basically, the signal got cut in simple terms. And so when that happens, like I guess it happened after 2 minutes, yeah, it just, nothing happens there. So it kind of got fucked up. My bad, guys. I'm not entirely sure though, but we'll see. All right, now as far as everything else is concerned, there was some news I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Maybe this is the better way to show the news to you guys. There you go, yeah. So you guys know that today the stock market had a really rough day. We saw the Dow do okay, the S&P and the Nasdaq have a really bad day, and the Russell 2000 also have a pretty bad day. Not terrible, but bad. I think the only bad day that I saw today was the Nasdaq. But stock futures are now up after Nasdaq's worst day since 2022. We haven't been this bad for a while, and this is kind of why I've been telling you guys I'm rotating out of tech slowly. I'm just kind of scared because it keeps on going up so fast, and I feel like I should be rotating out of this stuff into other sectors. It does not mean I'm 100% out of these positions. It just means I'm definitely scaling out. You guys know I'm already all the way out of NVIDIA, and that sucker still keeps on climbing, but I'm just out of it myself. It's gone too much. I'll buy in if I see another, like, pullback and something like that. It's not for me right now. Microsoft, sure. Am I still holding on to those? Yeah, some of that. But I'm still scaling out right now. And I'm scaling out a lot slower when it comes to Apple, Microsoft, all those types of tech companies, Facebook, whatever. I'm scaling back on those as well. And hey, I'm happy to see my man. Now, one other thing here. Let's go over here. There we are. All right. So what's actually moving up and down today? I was really surprised, well, not totally surprised, but look at this. Look at the last 24 hours. XRP is moving up quite a bit, and Internet Computer is moving up. Immutable X, Gala, and Rune, they're all doing fairly well today, but XRP is making a run right now, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but it is making a run. So if you guys are wanting to do some day trades and you guys want to go long, this still seems to be a good opportunity for a lot of you guys to get in on the action, and the same with Internet Computer. Everything else, yeah, it's okay, it's fine, but I like Internet Computer right now, and XRP, the market cap on those suckers is beautiful. Immutable X could be another alternative, but from what I've seen, the charts on Internet Computer and XRP look a little bit better for day traders right now. Now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned here, guys, a few different things I want you guys to know about. Let me move this down here. Yesterday, what did we talk about? Possibly getting rejected by the 20-week moving average, making sure that we, how would I say this in a nice way? Like, we stay grounded. We stay grounded because Bitcoin was soaring. We have to understand, hey, there's a level of resistance. Don't go gung-ho into the market right away, and we'll see what happens next, right? Now, we are holding the 50-day moving average right now. That is the goal. That is what I'd love to see right here. We're going to have to wait and see if this continues, but at this point in time, with the daily still being bullish, the 4-hour being bearish, I'm hoping that we can kind of bounce off this 20 or even bounce off maybe around $63,000 and start coming back up here for a breakout. I'm looking for that next opportunity to buy. At this point in time, though, I'm kind of just waiting for the 4-hour chart to get bullish again. If you guys recall, I told you guys, I'm going to play this safe and not do too much stuff besides day trading. Once this gets bullish again, bullish, you better believe I'm going to be there to buy some up. But at this point in time, you can see, all right, change of character buy, break of structure buy, great opportunities. We have a change of character right here, but the momentum is definitely not on our side. So if you want to buy this right now, which you can if you guys have a little bit more of a risk tolerance, your stop loss is going to be down here at about 63,911. That'll be that level of support where you guys would have at this point. So what I think I'm going to do here is probably open up this Faradesk account here and move this over. We're going to do a small long here. Oh, I did a 10x turbo trade and I forgot about it. Well, how's turbo doing since I bought this? This is an hourly chart. I mean, it's up. Not up a lot, but it's up. So that's cool. I'll take my 50% profit. There we go. I can't believe I forgot that trade was there. Let's go over here to Bitcoin, which is down a little bit. What I'm going to do, is just have this little stop loss right here. So that means I'll do a trade This is a high risk trade. This is like something, hey, if you think we found a bottom, we're going to bounce off. We're going to, that type of stuff. You're looking for that move. So for me right now, I think I want to do a $1,000 trade, 20x leverage. Let's do 10x. And I say that because we really haven't found the bottom here. I just want to have the position open at this point. All right, then I just want to have 64,000, 63,900, 63,700. Okay. There we go. So if I lose, I only lose about 10% or about $100 of that trade. And then at this point in time, when we look at Bitcoin, where are we aiming for? Probably aiming for back up here towards 65,226. But in reality, what are we really hoping for here? A much larger move back up here towards $66,000. So why not kind of split the difference at 65,300 perhaps? And I need to have this full screen. And what number did I just say? I already lost it. 65.4. So that means I'll make about 16% profit off of it. Not the best return, but I think right now, because I am a little bit more cautious and I'm only going to try to hold for about 20 hours, something like that, I think that's a realistic play for me right now. Now we're already up 18 bucks on this trade. Let's hope it continues moving on here. I'm hoping that if we go over here to the 1 hour chart, you see how the momentum is trying to shift back. The 15-minute chart, it's already been going up here for a second. That's looking pretty good. I'm hoping that we can actually have a rebound here and go a little bit higher. I'm not convinced we're breaking out above this level right here immediately, but I do see some potential for us to rally back up here a little bit more, and that's what I'm trying to take advantage of. I might not even wait for it to get back up here to 65,400. I may in fact just sell somewhere over here around 65,000 or 65,000. Yeah, somewhere around there perhaps. I don't know. I'm gonna play be cautious here right now. You can see there's a lot of trades happening right now though, and the liquidations are coming in too. All right, there we go. Boom. All right. But if you guys have any questions on tokens and stuff like that, let me know. I'm making sure Loki's not behind me. And there we are. Okay. And hey, JB, last sale. This shit took forever. How long do you think we pumped for 2-3 months? That remains to be seen, my man. I'm hoping for like a good 2-month rally here. I think the Ethereum ETF plus rate cut kind of announcement, like maybe coming at the end of this month, as far as the signal coming. I believe we're on track to have a pretty good few months here. We'll have to wait and see if anything crazy happens, though. The catalyst for this type of move was just berserk. The end of the German sale, whatever you want to call it, Donald Trump getting shot. Those two things combined to make a massive rally out of this. And so far, we're doing okay. But again, I'm almost kind of worried, just like last time, where we saw Ethereum. We saw Bitcoin being sold off by Grayscale in large amounts because nobody wanted to pay their stupid 2.5% fee. Well, literally, when the next cheapest fee is 0.25%, 2.5 or 0.25, you're going to go for the 0.25 all the time. All other things being equal. But they had to sell for a while. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Ethereum here. Regardless, I think dollar cost averaging is still going to be your best bet right now. When we're looking at all these signals and stuff like this, we still technically are in a bearish signal. And I know that sounds so fucking weird because we've already rallied. I don't know how this is working like this, but we are still there. So I'm being a little bit extra cautious. I'm waiting for this system to just kind of update or do something because it just looks so broken right now. But right now, as far as the momentum is concerned, I like it. One thing that I will stress, though, about how I personally look at this type of stuff, the rallies only last for about 7 to 10 days, and we're about, on 6 or 7 of this rally. So I think eventually we're going to have to cool off a little bit. It doesn't mean fall off a cliff. It just means go sideways for a minute. So if we go and look in the past here, we had a rally that kicked off right there. This one really lasted for about 5-7 days. 7 days was right there. 6 days was right after that peak, and then 5 days was the peak. This one right here. This one lasted for about 2 days before we went sideways. If you want to consider that big pop right there, that was about 7 days. Up here, that was 14 days. If you want to consider that whole thing, but most of us got stopped out right there. Again, look at this little breakout that we had over here. Before we started getting slowed down, that would last about 7-8 days right there. So we're pretty much used to these types of week-long moves. This one right here is 4 or 5 days. This one right here lasted about 9 days. They don't typically last for too long, as far as, big boom, 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 boom. I'm expecting this one to maybe last a few more days, and we'll see what happens after that. Right now, we've been going strong for about 5 days, but really, it's only really been like 2 days of rally and a couple days of consolidation. That being said, I'm still pretty happy with where we are. But down the road here, I think we're going to have to see more clarity from Jerome Powell if you want to see some good news. I believe there was something here on the news that I was going to show you guys today. Let me open this up here. So out of the news today from the CNBC, Biden tests positive for COVID, cancels speech in Las Vegas. Let's see, where's the other one? There you go. Fed Governor Waller sees central bank getting closer to an interest rate cut. That is good news for us. That's exactly what we want to hear. We want to see that dollar index come down more and more and more. If you want to have something of a technical, oh, look at this. This is what this means, that something bad could be happening for the dollar, which is good for the Bitcoin, currencies and cryptocurrencies. Hold on, so let me push that back. There we go. Oh, actually, we just broke down today. Aha! I thought we might be holding support. We're breaking down even further. So I do think we're on our way back over to 102, and I think we can be in a good spot for that. To me, this signals that Bitcoin is ready for a larger move happening fairly soon. Look at the weekly chart breakdown here. Change of character, momentum is down. This is down. This is down. Hopefully that can get the dollar index back down in a hurry, and that can get Bitcoin boosted up here in short amount of time, actually. I don't think it'll take it too long here. We're already entering the order block as far as the weekly chart is concerned. It starts kind of where we are, and it goes all the way down here to 102.35. After that, altcoin season, the Bitcoin market's going crazy, everything like that. That's probably after we break down from here. But I'll take that move up to 70,000, 75,000, whatever it ends up going up to as we move closer and closer to this 102 level. How's oil looking? Oil's still looking okay. Here's the NASDAQ for this week. You can see it not having a great week at all. That might have been another reason that Bitcoin kind of got spooked today as well. There we go, though. XRP's pumping because of the settlement of the court case. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, that makes sense. Then that makes sense. I heard Crypto Wendy talking about it a while ago, but I haven't had a chance to really look into the XRP news. XRP's been one of those things where I just hold it, and I'm praying that it turns out to be something someday. Once all this court stuff is done, let it rain, let freedom reign, whatever you want to call it. Let crypto just go, or let XRP just run. A better way to say that. What's right there? Do you have a book map? Check the liquidity values at 58,000, 57,805. I do not have a book map on here right now, but I do see a lot of people talking about that one right there. 57,000, and I believe there's another one at 72,400 or something like that is another one that people have been talking about. They planned it out perfectly. 23 Ethereum ETF start trading July 30th. Powell speaks. Don't have high faith in the government. I've already told you guys this a lot of times. I don't really have a lot of faith in the government. However, just keep track of what they're doing and continue to buy and hold. Because we already know that a lot of people that own cryptocurrency, all they do is buy and hold. There are a few people like me who also do trading and things like that, but the majority of people just buy crypto and they hold it and they try to play it for the cycle. That has its ups and downs. I would say for most people, this cycle, it's been kind of wonky because Bitcoin's been up, Ethereum is up, Solana's kind of up, you got BNB and certain other tokens are doing fine. You got a lot of other tokens that really just haven't risen to the occasion, and they've really been smashed, right? You have to look at where they were from the lows of 2022. Some tokens are up quite a bit. Some tokens are not up at all. And this is why I always kind of remind you guys. Let me go over here very fast so I can show it to you. Here's a weekly chart. Forget about the oscillators. Here's Ethereum. You can see back over here, 2024, we're all still fine, right? 2022 over here, we're much higher than we used to be. We were much higher than we used to be. That's great. Solana, much higher than it used to be. That is very, very good. Found some support right there. Bouncing off of that. Dogecoin, not great, but much higher than we used to be. Dogecoin is at 5 cents. It's at 12 cents right now. That's good. It's more than doubled since the lows. That's exactly what you want to see for a lot of these tokens. However, it was at 1.24 cents. Hopefully it can go higher, whatnot. You got other stuff here. Let me find some older tokens. ADA, right? Went all the way down here in 20. See, the low was in 2023 for ADA. That wasn't even crazy. But this is also doubled up here. Not really doing so hot, but it is at least trying to stay alive. Ape token. This thing is pretty much going to die this cycle, it looks like. I don't see this thing coming back to life. Maybe for a quick little hooray type of thing, but Ape token is it's going to die. Arbitrum, I don't know if this thing's going to survive as well. As far as a token, it's just really having a bad time of it. It looks like the ones that everybody's pouring money into right now is all meme tokens. AXS went all the way back down to the 2023 lows here, or maybe 2022 lows. Just a bad time here. BNB, fantastic, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. XRP is its own thing, so let's not try to talk about that too much. But yeah, it came back down quite a bit here, and now it's bouncing back up. Bitcoin Cash, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Mt. Gox stuff going on there, but still overall pretty good. Chili's, not so hot. AVEX, much better. Comp, okay. Crow, okay. Dot, okay, but not great. Doge on Mars, okay, but not good. Not just okay. Engine, not good. This is the 2022 lows. We're down below that right now. EOS, right? So as you kind of see what's been happening here, some of these tokens are just not doing fantastic. Matic right here, 2022 lows. That was over here at 32 cents. Right now it's at 55. It's doing okay. But man, this thing is just, the overall trajectory is that it's going to eventually, at the end of this cycle, probably start breaking back down and go all the way back down here towards the real low point. So, some people have been making a real killing on this market. I think I've been making mine out of day trading and not necessarily swing trading. I think my returns so far have been the best with day trading. Swing trading have been like big quarterly hauls. Like every time we have a big move, I sell off a large amount and I make a lot of money. But then I have to reapply that capital, and then I watch it go down the drain for a little bit until it blows up again. And this time it's been going down the drain for a while. If you guys haven't seen any of my portfolios, but things like Turbo, I made a good amount of money off of Turbo. Things like Mog, a good amount of money off of Mog. Ocean, AI tokens, and that type of stuff was other RLC, GRT, R&D, World, right? This is all newer stuff, of course, but I'm curious to see if we're going to be able to continue those rallies. There we are. And hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you, my man. And hey, Villaret, Guten Tag. We've been holding for 2 years, plus it's beyond motherfucking time. They owe us a good goddamn candle. Oh, a good God candle. Oh, man. When I think about what could possibly happen over the next few weeks, I do think we could see some good moves. A God candle, I don't know if it's going to happen until maybe August or September, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe while I'm on vacation in August, maybe it'll happen. A lot of big moves usually happen when I'm away from my computer and away from my house, away from the state, basically. And I always hate it because I'm like, damn, I want to talk about this stuff, but I just can't. I'm not going to Rare Evo, though. Remember there was the expo that I told you guys about in Las Vegas? Rare Evo? It's happening in about a month from now. Well, they don't have any media passes for me. I think they ran out of media passes or something. And I didn't register soon enough with them, so I don't even get the chance to go here, and I'm not paying for the ticket. So what I think I'm going to do instead is just go visit my friend in Philly for the whole week, chill out with him. I'll bring my phone in case I want to talk about stuff and stream. I got to get a new phone here. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've had this phone for like maybe 4 or 5 years now, and I finally dropped it while coming back from the cigar lounge. And I cracked the screen, or you guys can barely see it. But yeah, I finally broke it. Now the front screen is perfectly fine, but the back screen, it's shot. It's shot. So yeah, I'm not gonna go to Rare Evo. I think I'm gonna find a time to go to Vegas that's better for myself. That'll be fine. What do you call? I can go to any club I guess I want to nowadays. But what do you call? Not going to be going to this one. I'm going to see if I can find a time later on at the end of August instead of the middle of the August. Because I know I'm going to go to August. I'm going to try to go in August. But I know I'm going in September. I know I'm going in October, and I know I'm going in November. So I should be still going there a few times this year. Why do you think they stopped the pump in late February? Late February, early March. I don't think it was them necessarily targeting the rally. I think it was a few things happening all at once that really just made people feel really worried about what was going to happen next. One of those things was inflation. We had a few bad months of CPI data. And what was keeping us alive during those times was we would have bad CPI data, but Jerome Powell would come out and what would he say? He would say, we know that things are looking kind of rough, but we still think inflation is on the right path, so we're going to be dovish as far as how we talk about rate cuts, right? And here Bitcoin goes. Let's check out our trade very fast. We're up $43 so far. I guess that's good. 4% basically. Man, I should have done my 20x long. Anyway, I was looking at that momentum for a possible shift here. We'll have to see though. We're not out of the woods yet. We have to break above 64,800 basically to get into a good spot. But at least we're up, right? At least we're up. However, my main point here is as soon as CPI data turned good, they reversed course and said they were talking about some more hawkish news. They were like, "Oh, we might not be able to cut rates this year. We might only have one rate cut," stuff like that. And then what happened? CPI started to get better again. And now they're on the verge of changing their mind again. We have a very inconsistent Fed, and they say they're data dependent, but the data is all over the place right now, so they just don't know how to react. They're not taking charge like you would expect. And again, it is very difficult. It is very difficult. If you guys know what's been going on in politics for the past few years, we've passed a lot of legislation, right? Infrastructure Act, Green Act, CHIPS Act, a lot of acts, right? Now, we passed all that stuff, but that just poured in tens of trillions of dollars into the economy, and it's been sloshing all the fuck around. Now, everyday consumer, we've had to pay with this with heavy amounts of inflation. Everything's been going up in value because there's just so much more money. The value of that money, of course, is gone down. That was bad for us. As far as, the stock market, the rich people, the people that own shares, this has been a golden age, as you might imagine. Everything has been going straight up to the moon, and we've enjoyed playing with that for a while. The Fed, I believe, like the shareholders, are just going along for the ride here. And then when inflation started to creep up, they were like, it's not too big of a deal. It's transitory. Once they kind of got made fun of and embarrassed, frankly, by the financial community, they had to fix up the way they communicate. They fix up the way they try to solve the issues. And at this point, because it's a major institution, they're doing it in a very slow, methodical way that is causing a lot of issues. I'm hoping that they can get their act together. I'm not the biggest fan of Jerome Powell, but I respect the guy. I know the job is tough. You can't tell Biden, hey, stop pouring trillions of dollars into the economy. It's going to cause major issues. You can say that over a phone call, but is he going to listen to you? No. So I think he's kind of had a hard time of it. I just don't think he's going to done a good job. And I guess that's kind of how my feelings on Jerome Powell right now. His legacy is not going to be one where I think it's a good legacy, but I'm not the type of guy that I don't have the gravitas to say his legacy was bad or good. I just think we're going to see a lot of average people say, yeah, his legacy sucked, just like a lot of crypto people are going to say Gary Gensler's legacy sucked. And we'll see what happens there. And I think now at this point, you're seeing a lot of panic from a lot of those people who have tied themselves to Biden. Jerome Powell has kind of tied himself to Biden after being with Trump for a while. You see Gary Gensler still being very much with Biden. But what's happening at this point? We're seeing that Biden looks like the polls say it's most likely Trump's election to lose at this point. And sure, maybe Trump wins, maybe he doesn't. But if everybody thinks that Trump is going to win, Gary Gensler is not going to have a future in the government. in the bureaucracy. He's just not. He's going to have to go to the public sector, and he'll be fine with that. But he's been gunning for higher bureaucratic positions, and there's no way that Trump is going to allow him to do that, because now Trump has changed his mindset about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, blockchain, Web3, whatever. And he's basically saying, I don't like the style that he's done. I need somebody who's going to be very open for crypto. And that's why you've seen more and more people start to rally around Trump in the crypto community. I'm not talking about in small time investors like us that have like maybe $100,000 or less or $200,000 or less. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about those major founders who are trying to get regulatory clarity on their investments and on their projects. So if I go over here very fast, I think it was CoinDesk. I saw that article. I didn't read the CoinDesk article, but I know it was there. I hate this fucking ad. There you go. There it is. So Vitalik, as other crypto leader, stay calm, Michael. Stay calm. Vitalik, as other crypto leaders line up behind Trump, argues against picking candidates just because they like crypto. Right now, he's talking about this because he sees everybody moving over towards Trump, and widely viewed as Ethereum's intellectual leader, stands in stark contrast to the strongly pro-Trump rhetoric from other well-known crypto figures. This will come back to hurt him, I believe, when it comes to Ethereum. Trump is a vengeful guy. I don't believe he's going to be the most open to Ethereum if this guy is saying this. You have to join the bandwagon while you can, and just it'll help you out in the long run, right? It'll be more favorable from regulatory, as far as regulations and stuff, right? So, what is it is? He says, by doing so, you're helping to create an incentive gradient where politicians come to understand that all they need to get your support is to support crypto. That's not true at all. We all know that a majority of people in America care about the economy, abortion, immigration, a whole host of other stuff, right? Childcare, healthcare, whatever. Crypto is a component of that, but it's not the main component for the average person out there. That's just some bullshit. But where was it? There was a reason that he said this, though, and I just forgot where it was. Let's see. Here it is, Fair Shake Pack. All right. So this is a super PAC, and all they do is they try to focus on promoting blockchain and stuff like that in government. Now, I'm not donating to these guys. I don't expect you guys to do either, because I expect, frankly, I expect the big money players to do all that for us. But they are there, and there are more than one besides Fair Shake. I think I figured out what's going on with my leverage trades being small. You have to select USTD margin cost at the amount box. I've just been selecting USTD. Oh, there you go. Yep, that'll be it. That'll be it. Yep. You are correct right there. Bones holding up pretty good this week. That's nice to see. Phone cases are like stop losses. Trust me, man, I know, but see, this is the thing. This phone has been paid off for a while, and I've been looking for a new phone for a while. Not so much because this phone is necessarily old, but because I think that one of the signal chips in this thing is actually old itself, not the phone itself. So, and by that I mean like the internet has been getting much slower over the past couple of years. Just doing simple tasks has been a little bit slow over the last few years. So I'm gonna get myself a new phone here. This phone is it's been paid off for a while now. I think if I go over to AT&T. I'm going to get this new iPhone Pro thing. My sister just got the new Galaxy phone. Phones and devices. Operating system, Apple. Yeah, I'm going to get this iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I think I'm going to get 256. No, 512. No, they got terabytes now. Ooh, terabytes. I'll get the 1 terabyte because I like to take pictures. Blue titanium, white titanium. Mine's right now is white. Natural, blue. I guess I'll go with black titanium. I've always enjoyed the darker colors. The only reason I got this white phone right here is because they didn't have the black when I wanted it. Yeah, device offers to eligible trading. Yeah, I got the trade and qualifying element plan. Yeah, I already pay for all that crap. But yeah, so should be interesting right there. But that's the phone I'm probably going to get. And I will get a case for the new phone. I like to have those cases that have the little straps you can put on your belt buckle and stuff. Can I dissect Bitcoin again? Yeah, let's break down Bitcoin here just so you guys have an understanding of what's going on, the short term, the long term, and what's going on. So we already know. There you go. Move that over. I don't like that little gap. So we already know that Bitcoin's in a good space right now. We're going higher here. Things look pretty darn good. We're generally moving in the right direction. The economy is looking okay right now. It's slowing down, but it looks fine. Now, at this point in time, we've been going sideways ever since we started to hear the Fed get more hawkish and we saw CPI start to get really high. The combo of those two things is what really got Bitcoin going back down a little bit more. Usually if it's bullish Fed and bearish CPI, we kind of moderated them and kind of just kept on going in the general trend, which was up. That being said, right now, we're seeing that we have a bearish change of character here. Bearish. And what that is telling me right now is that I don't want to be swing trading all too much. I'd prefer to be day trading. Those day trades can be up to 24 to 30 hours. For me, it's most likely going to be from 20 to 30 hours. And then there's a lot of day trading in there that might only last like 15 minutes to an hour and things of that nature. And a good example of that right now is we just did a trade here a few minutes ago on, this is the 50-minute chart. I think I bought like right here and we're just watching it slowly go up. We're going to see if it can break out, but my stop loss is very close by at 63,700, and my target price is very close by at 65,383. Very close by. I'm just waiting for a slight move up. Not even worried about the continuation of this larger move up here. I'm just hoping for something to bring us back up a little bit higher. I might, like I said before, I might even sell a little bit earlier than that, just because that general trend is still down here. I'm hoping that we can have a breakout fairly soon and go higher. But if you guys actually look at this, sorry to go off track, kind of have like a time limit here. I might have to sell if we get close to that and not up here. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, that's kind of the momentum game. I'm still kind of worried about that right now, and that's making me not jump in and be all bullish and crazy right now, even though we've seen Bitcoin had a pretty nice rally. On the way we're looking right now as far as some of these moving averages, we talked about this yesterday, but I was telling you guys, be careful about FOMOing in because we're going to have a hard time getting back above this 20-week moving average. We managed to get back above it, but again, we weren't able to hold. If you guys want to get very excited about this, potentially we would have to see Bitcoin close above this weekend. 3 days and 23 hours from now, we would want to be closing above 65,500 or about that number. Now that you know that everything's pretty much bearish in the weekly charts here, not the best. There is some hope for us to turn bullish if we can kind of moderate here for maybe another 2 to 3 weeks. It's still not looking the best right now. I'm hoping that we can kind of just go sideways and we'll see what happens. The good news for us is there's a lot of catalysts that can happen over the next few weeks. We got Ethereum. We got Donald Trump speaking tomorrow. Apparently there's going to be a Bitcoin announcement at that event. And then we have him speaking Bitcoin Nashville. And then we got Jerome Powell at the end of the month talking about rate hikes and rate cuts and things of that nature. Interest rates. Now, where I think people get a little bit more confused right now is the daily chart, because of course everything on the weekly chart is still pretty bearish here, and because we're having this catalyst move, you're seeing the technicals diverge from the weekly charts and the daily charts. And even though the weekly charts are bearish, this has still opened up the opportunity for us to do a lot of day trading and even these short-term swing trades here. Again, short-term swing trades to me are 20 hours to 30 hours. I told you guys I was going to do a trade here a while ago. This was on the 4-hour chart, I believe. Yeah. I told you guys I was going to start trading this when we popped up right here. And we broke out. Momentum is on our side. Those are the types of moves I'm looking for right now. I'm not even buying right here and selling up here. I'm buying right here and I'm selling over here. I'm buying over here, selling over here. I'm buying over here, selling right here. I'm buying over here and selling right there. I'm not even buying those dips. That's too scary for me. But I think you guys get what I'm trying to say right now. And at this point in time, what I see is on the 4-hour chart, despite Bitcoin being bullish here on the momentum side, you can see we're kind of peaking. We're resting on top of that 50-day moving average, and Bitcoin faces an inflection point here for the next 24 to 36 hours. Are we going to hold the 50-day moving average and try to have a nice rally here going into tomorrow and the day after? Or are we going to break down below the 50 and start coming all the way back down here towards $62,000, $61,000, which would of course be a big mood killer here. What I see on the 4-hour chart is bearish, bearish, bearish. However, the change of character right now still appears to be bullish here, so I'm kind of optimistic about what could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we do dip down below this for a day just to spike back above it here pretty soon. So I'm staying cautiously optimistic, but by scalping and doing these smaller time frame trades, it just seems to be much more profitable here. Like I said, you know, this trade right now is up 44 bucks. If it gets back up here a little bit more over the next 4 hours, next half an hour, whatever, maybe I'll make $100 bucks, $200 bucks, and I'll be happy with that. For a couple hours of work, $200 bucks, when I'm not even trading right now, I'm just kind of talking with you guys instead of like watching the charts. I think that's kind of the vibe I'm going for with a lot of my trades right now. 1-hour chart's bearish, about to turn back to being bullish here. What I'm hoping for, like I just said, is we have to do a change of character right here, break out, and then we have that little bit of a golden opportunity where you can do a day trade. But yeah, right now, kind of mixed reactions. Overall, we're still bearish if you ask me. Maybe you want to move that over to neutral, and that means like sideways. But I'm basically just waiting for Bitcoin to make us larger move here on the weekly charts, and I'll be fine. But hold on a second here, guys. Let me just make sure Loki's not behind me. Always like a safety precaution I got to do nowadays. But that's the way I'm thinking about this market right now. I see all the bearish momentum on the weekly charts. I see we're having a catalyst right now, and we've had catalysts in the past. But usually we're not bearish when these catalysts are coming, right? So you can see we had a nice little candle right there. Right as we broke out, everything right here was green, green, green. Everything was telling you to buy, buy, buy. And on top of that, we had a good green change of character right there telling you to buy. So everything was aligned for that. Everything isn't aligned right here, which means I'm not opening swing trades right now. I'm not even thinking about swing trades, unless, you know, the small ones. What I'm doing instead of, I'm just dollar cost averaging. And while dollar cost averaging may seem like, oh, that's not risky, you can't make a lot of money with that, in reality, dollar cost averaging has been like crazy risky this time around, because Ethereum has been going more sideways, Bitcoin's been going more sideways, Solana more sideways. Here you guys can see all the technicals we've done over the past. There we go. Right, Solana, I'm getting ready for that one. But, you know, Dogecoin's still down after those highs. WIF is still down from those highs. Bonk is still high from those highs back in May or March, whichever one you're going to say, down quite a bit. In fact, it went all the way from like, you know, 4.3, 4.2 all the way down here. This is back in April. I mean, that move was about a 74% downward move, and it's done a couple of those so far. Think of things like Shiba Inu, down from those highs. Pepe, not as far down, but still coming down. Milady token came down quite a bit. You're seeing a lot of these tokens take some drastic moves, and those have led to some large losses for me as far as dollar cost averaging. Now, are they relatively large losses? Oh my God, I'm concerned about how much money I'm losing? No, not at all. But when you think about that first moving average that I might have got, like on my Milady token, when I started buying back over here, like in March, probably over here somewhere, you know, at one point it was down 63%. Now, right now it's probably down, well, my average is closer to this right here. So you can see my trade right now, it's still down about 20%. Now, can this token easily pop up 20% in a couple weeks? Oh, yes, it can. But you can see that a lot of my positions are still down right now. And we still haven't even figured out if we're really going to hit, we found a bottom yet. What I'm looking at right now with a lot of these charts is just, oh yeah, those typical patterns. Are we going to have a larger move happening sometime in August for these? ADA right now, trying to have some nice moves here as well. The technicals for this one are a little bit cronky because of the wicks and stuff. But yeah, it's just kind of a shit show if you ask me. I think people are being lured into a false sense of security right now. And by that, I mean they're not buying at the right times. I'm hearing a lot of people say yesterday and the day before with Bitcoin, you know, should I be buying up here? Should I be buying? Like, you should have been buying all this crap. If you dollar cost averaged every week from here, you'd be positive right now. If you bought yesterday or the day before yesterday, you're not making profit, right? So take it easy, relax. We're overall with the daily chart looking okay. The 4-hour chart's about to look okay. Maybe tomorrow it'll look okay, I should say. The 1-hour chart's looking okay. The weekly chart's looking pretty darn nasty. Hopefully the catalyst will get us out of that weekly chart jargon, though. I think another swing trading opportunity basically is going to happen when we break above all-time highs here, break above 72,359. Once we have a confirmed breakout and hold above that, which means the daily chart and the weekly chart close above this, you're going to see a lot of people doing a lot of just swing trading right through here and playing it all the way up here towards $104,000. And then just like before, we're going to have to make a little bit of a, we're going to be patient for a little bit. But as we move up through that level here, I'm not, I've already have all of my trades. I bought them all down here. I don't need to rebuy them right here. I'll do it anyway because I want more money. But what you're going to see me do is a lot of the stuff I bought over here, I will be scaling it out as it goes up. So I'll be scaling out some Bitcoin, some Solana, some Ethereum. And then once we start to see maybe a week behind all this stuff, once we start to see those meme coins and AI tokens really start to pop off, and they look kind of like, whoa, this thing's popping off 20% a day, I'm just going to start scaling out, and I'll be happy with those returns. But right now, Bitcoin generally is what I would just call okay, but I'm not necessarily ecstatic about it at all. I'm waiting to see if this momentum can carry on for a little bit longer, and we can see Bitcoin make those moves to all-time highs. I'm of the opinion that we're going to have to consolidate a little bit more before things get really juicy. And things have been good, don't get me wrong, but they have been great. And then Jose Flex, appreciate that, man. If I had the money, yes, I'd keep buying. Yeah, but guys, the beautiful thing about crypto is you can just dollar cost average it. A little bit here, a little bit there. That's all it really takes. You guys don't have to go gung-ho. I've helped people that have bought millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency. I've helped people that have bought a couple $100 of cryptocurrency. There's different portfolios, different ways to manage it, of course. But generally speaking, you don't have to try to toss all of your money into cryptocurrency. Just a little bit there, and it goes up, right? And when it goes up, you feel really good about it. The downside is like, I should have invested more. I could have made so much more money. But at least you have that. At least your problem is you didn't invest enough instead of like, oh shit, I should have never invested in the first place because I lost it all. Totally different mindsets there. It's right here. There you go. AppleCare, yeah, I think I do actually have AppleCare or something like that. I think I have like AT&T's version of AppleCare. So basically, if I wanted to, I could get that phone fixed up for about $100 or something. I don't remember how much it would cost. Can you look at Wild again? I know you just went over it, but I got 300 margin, 5x Wild position. I'm taking out 60%. Should I take some more or leave it to run when my entry is 179? WLD. So this is one of those things where it's been bearish for so long, right? Bearish. Let's see what we can tell here. Well, I mean, you're running smack dab into that 50-day moving average here, which is going to be a very hard thing to break above. You see the daily chart still being bullish right here. You can see things are typically still okay. Let's see. The 4-hour right now, you're actually seeing a little bit more of a breakdown. But you said you got in at 170 here, so you're still pretty fine. WLD, yeah, if your entry's at 179, that's way over here. So if you want to scale out, I would say perfect time to scale out because it is hitting a large level of resistance. A huge amount of order blocks are up there. And then what you might do is go over here to the hourly chart, and maybe you might have a stop loss that gets moved up over here towards 273 or 266, and that might be the best way to go about it. You can already see the momentum is dying down a little bit, but it hasn't given up completely. So that's the best way that I would try to structure that trade. Let me go over here past this. There we are. But yeah, you can see it's hitting that level of resistance right now. So if you wanted to, a stop loss around 265, 270, something like that, way down here. Or if you want to like give it a lot more room to run, you can try to have a stop loss down here, like maybe 240 or something like that. For me, I'd rather just get out of the trade and then find another excuse to get back in the trade. But it really goes back down to like, did you buy it for a scalp? Did you buy it for a day trade, a swing trade? What were your goals ahead of time? All that type of stuff that we talk about. You got to have all that stuff kind of priced in. But for right now, I would say scaling out never hurts, and then just having some type of stop loss there to protect yourself is a good way to go, especially if you're going to be scaling out like 60%. You can let the rest of it run, so you maybe don't have to worry about a stop loss down here at 285. Maybe your stop loss is all the way down here at maybe the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart around 250. So you can play with this a few different ways. But right now I'm looking at the momentum on the 4-hour chart looking like it's about to get bearish here pretty soon. So that's why I'm hoping that Bitcoin can make that move and get a little bit more bullish here as well. There we go. Give Loki a snack. He's not even here with me. My sister must be making food upstairs, but he's not even here. Oh, actually, he's on the sofa. I don't have a snack for him, actually. My sister brought me a Krispy Kreme donut from the store, I'm assuming. I'm gonna have that in a little bit. I haven't had a Krispy Kreme donut in like a year plus type of stuff here, so we'll see how that goes. How's our trade looking right now? I should zoom in here so you guys can see it a little bit more. We're at 4%. Oh, you guys can, there you go. Up 4.44%, 4.44%, which is okay. We're making some profit here. We'll see if it goes much higher. I guess my price target should not be up here around 65,400. It should be closer to maybe $65,000. 65. Yeah. So let me. Oh, I can't. I forget. I need to change this the way this works. There you go. There it pops up out of nowhere. There you go. And we'll see if that ends up getting kicked up or not. So, let's see. As far as I'm concerned now, everything on the 15 is bullish here. The 5-minute remains bullish, but it looks like it's consolidating here. So you might even see us either have a jolt here pretty soon, or we're going to have a pretty big move back down here to 64,300 or so to consolidate back down. We'll see which way we end up working out. This is a big resistance level right here, though. Hopefully we can make a pump. There we are. In a way, Bitcoin is simple. To get up, you need to go down. I don't believe we suddenly go to 100K from here, but goes down around a 50K or worse 40K, then boom to 100K. I mean, at this point, we might not need to. That's what's so weird about these types of catalyst events that we look at. So if we back up here to the last this weekly chart here, go over here to this one, right? How we had these nasty moves back over in 2021, we still managed to hold some semblance of support, not really the support, and we managed to have a really big rebound, but it still took weeks and weeks and weeks to get back up there with a few more giant falls along the way. I've always been trying to go back in history a little bit during some of these rallies to see how bad things got. We have a flush moment and then we go up. Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out, did we already have our flush moment? And was that flush moment a couple weeks ago right here? And now we're trying to do something kind of weird and parabolic. I don't think it's going to be parabolic, but I think it keeps us on the track for going sideways for a little bit longer. And that sideways action propels us higher once we start to see those gears turn from bearish to bullish on the oscillators, excuse me. Come on. This is why I just want to see profit. But see, I should have invested more money in here because we're only at $45, which I guess is still nice. But no. I'm not going to go gung-ho with you guys. Remember I was telling you guys the other day how I think I posted on Twitter how I was doing the 50x leverages and stuff like that. No. Yeah, like this one. This was a 50x long here. I like doing 50x's and 20x's and stuff, but I think it's not good for new investors to do 50x leverage because it can just hammer your account in a matter of minutes if you're not careful. And if you're playing during these volatile times, of course, it's moving so much faster than normal, which means you can get your account wrecked in a very short amount of time. Because I remember, I was shorting yesterday. I was shorting and going long, so I was doing everything. When normally I just do one thing, I just long when everything's working out. I was also shorting and taking advantage of those moves. Like I was shorting. Yeah, I was shorting this move down here, and then I sold, I think, right here, actually. No, that's 4:15 a.m. Monday. That was 6:13 p.m. What? Get all that crap out of there. There we go. Tuesday. Oh, so yeah. So I was shorting this from here to there, basically, and it popped back up and I sold it. Right? So I was doing those big moves. I also shorted this one down here, but that was a little bit different because I didn't sell like here like you're supposed to. I sold right about here when it started to spike back up. So, but you can see, yeah, I was doing a lot of reckless stuff yesterday, but I enjoy that type of stuff because I usually have pretty good convictions when I trade about stuff like that, unless something crazy is happening with a particular coin. Up almost to $50 here, or 5%. Let's see if we can break out there. Hey, and is there any other new trades now? We opened up I guess I opened up a trade about a half an hour ago, basically. That was my trade. I just went long. You can try to go long if you want to right now. It's up to you. I don't do the financial advice stuff. I'm just having fun trading with you guys and saying, hey, here's my thoughts. This is what I'm doing. But as far as I'm concerned, this is much more of an aggressive trade right now. It's not necessarily like an easy, look at everything's, pointing in the right direction type of stuff. We're already at 5% on the trade right now. So you can see bought down here. It's going up. A breakout plus momentum on our side here. Things are looking pretty good. But typically when I see stuff like this, I'm not holding for too long. This isn't the market environment where I do typically hold for too long. I'm just hoping that we can get back above this resistance like I talked about, and then we're going to have to cool off for a little bit to get boring, and then we'll hopefully aim for $65,000 here, because we're still about $300 away from that right now. So I can, we'll see how this turns out. Oh no, there we go. Any interest in Donald Trump coins? Personally, for me, no. I just haven't gone into them too much. I haven't had enough time to explore them. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're just going to go to 6,500 and just make me close my position right there? Of course not. Of course not. It's too good to be true for me to make easy money like that. But damn, definitely got some money pouring here to Bitcoin. Actually, what happened? With lower liquidity exchanges, maybe it would have spiked up. No. Well, up to $75 here. Well, but see, this is where we have to start cooling off a little bit. See? We'll see if this changes. I'm hoping I'm wrong and we just keep going up and everything is good and peachy. Let's see. But yeah, I haven't really looked into Donald Trump tokens all too much, to be honest. I should look more into them. I think they're pretty interesting tokens. They have a lot of cool things around them because, of course, Donald Trump is hyping up everything. Like, he himself is such a engaging figure. But I haven't looked into too many of them. There seems to be so many of them these days. But if you get lucky and you buy at a specific time, aka, him getting shot, you see some crazy stuff happening with the posters going out, all that momentum, it carries on into his token. Oh, you're gonna sell, you're gonna sell, you're gonna sell. Let's see. Oh, my position got closed. Perfecto. Nice little day trade for the day. Hop out of there. We're up to 65,061. Let's see if we keep on going higher here. All right. But yeah, you can get used to, I'm not going to be trading shit tons of money, honestly, because again, like I tell you guys before, I can get my emotions a little bit more out of whack when I'm streaming with you guys compared to when I stream, like I am trading by myself. So, like I told you guys, I might have done a 50x trade on that trade, but because it was with you guys, I moderated it back down to 10x position, which I think was honestly a good thing to do. Even with the hindsight of me making money, it's okay to kind of manage a little bit. But yeah, so made the money, we'll add the trade, we'll see what happens next. You see momentum is coming back along here. You got some selling off coming because we just hit that level of resistance, that order block there, but things looking pretty good. Dollar cost averaging making me big bucks before. Sadly, need to put some of it to help my business. What do you call? Hey, got to move money around to make money. That's perfectly fine. These nuts. I always love seeing the name. I took out 60% already at 3.1. Thank you for bought at 72 hours trade, and I'm pushing it. Yeah, as long as it's making you some good money and you can do that. Just make sure in the back of your mind when you make the trade, you're like, hey, I'm going to hold this for a few days. I'm going to hold this for a few hours. Have the idea. You can always adjust. You could always change your mind, but try to stick to a plan there, because what I'd recommend that you do is you start recording all of your trades. And this is why I gave you guys a while ago. I don't know if I still have it, honestly. Let me see. My drive. The trading journal thing that I shared a while ago. This is like months ago now. Maybe I'll have to put another video up for it. But remember, I was telling you guys about how this can you write everything down. You do have the number of shares, number of tokens, leverage, price target, opening, stop loss, closing price, profit loss, all this type of stuff. And then it'll calculate the profit loss for you, capital gains taxes, net profit, stuff like that. And then if you wanted to, you can have it set up for were you looking at a pennant? Were you looking at a symmetrical triangle, that type of stuff? I never added the momentum thing in here, but you could use pennant as momentum thing if you wanted to. And then once you make that trade and you make a profit or not, then the table over here will tell you if you're making money off of those trades, losing money off those trades. If you continue trading with those, you can continue trading those types of setups because you're good enough or you're not. You can kind of see your success rate and things of that nature. So you can do that. You can do it yourself and stuff like that. It's not you don't have to do that. But point being, having that understanding of how good of a trader you are goes a long way, especially if you're trying to figure out different strategies. Like, I don't know what strategy you used for buying Turbo or some of these other tokens or Wild token. It could have been my strategy. It could have been Crypto Wendy's. It could have been Benjamin Cohen. It could have been a lot of different strategies out there, or just another strategy from some person online. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. So it's good to have all that stuff detailed and written out, so you can see what works best for you, and whatever works best for you, you're going to keep on doing that and improving those percentages as you get better and better and better. But if you see a setup that like, ooh, I think I want to trade that, but it's not something I'm good at, well, you can trade that, but you should be allocating less capital to that trade. So that's how I usually think about that type of stuff. It looks like it will pop all the way to 67,000 with liquidity. And hey, everybody, right now, what we're trying to do is bounce off the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart or the 50 moving average on the daily chart. And we're trying to make a push back up here towards 67, 68. Yeah, you're correct there. But typically what you would want to see is us go all the way back up here towards 70. That's going to be hard. Very, very difficult. But that's kind of what everybody is looking for right now. I think it may move back up here towards 67,000 if we're lucky over the next day or two. But we're probably going to see a steep rejection off of that. They consolidate for a while and then try to break out later on towards the end of the month here. Tomorrow, today's candle, we have a catalyst coming out with Donald Trump talking about Bitcoin potentially, or there's some type of Bitcoin announcement at the RNC. So he'll be talking about that apparently. And so that can give Bitcoin a nice little boost. That'll give his tokens a little bit of a boost like we were just talking about. That being said here, just as a little bit of a heads up, I already told you guys this before, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow in the evening. Basically, I have to go to Seattle for most of the day. I'm leaving here at 10 o'clock in the morning for Seattle. I'm not getting back until like midnight or something. So I literally will not do any streaming tomorrow, most likely. If I'm lucky, I'll wake up in the morning and stream, but from what I know about my audience, none of you guys are awake at 10 o'clock in the morning. Nobody watches me there. I might start streaming a little bit there if I can, but it might be around like 11 o'clock to 12, and then from 5 to 6, something like that. But the earlier streams, they're not going to be scheduled. They're just going to happen. So if you're available, you can watch. If you're not, it doesn't matter. It's okay. You can watch the later night stream and have a good time with us there. So yeah, that's kind of the stuff going on right now. But yeah, you know that suit I have. I'm gonna get my vest fitted. I still haven't gotten my vest, so I'm gonna get my vest fitted, and I got 2 bespoke shirts on top of that I have to get fitted as well. And I'm hoping they fit well because I just want to wear them out the door. But look, they're gonna be some freaking nice ass shirts. But we'll see. And I just sent an email out to a friend about his music, so I'm gonna wait for the audio files, and I'm gonna start playing the music. Not necessarily during the streams, but at the end of my videos and maybe at the background of my videos here if I can. I have to see how it fits. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? All that type of stuff. But it'll be there in the middle, the end, the post-credit scene, whatever you want to call it, where there's the picture of me that says subscribe, and then the video saying, "Hey, watch this video." Like that, it'll be playing during that time. And boom, hit my target price. There you go. You're making some good money right there. Have been following you for a while now and learning quite a bit. I had a question regarding leverage positions. Have you held leverage positions for a long term, like for 1 year or so? No, the longest I've ever held leverage positions is typically going to be about 3 to 4 months. After that, it gets a little bit more difficult. For me, I have ways that make my leverage positions a little bit easier. So every exchange will give you something called like trading bonuses. So if you trade a lot, they kind of reward you by saying, hey, here's $100 in trading bonus. And what that does is, if you lose on a trade, it'll come out of the trading bonus. Or if you have to do trading fees, the trading fees will come out of that bonus. So you're not losing money on your overall investment. So that's always been kind of nice for me. But when I think about long-term, 2x or 3x longs with leverage, typically I'm only holding them for a few months because I know the fees will add up over time. And the profits have to be parabolic if I want to make real good, if I want all the money to kind of come back to me, if that makes sense. One thing that you can do if you don't want to do the funding fees that take that happen every 8 hours or 12 hours, you're going to find exchanges out there. And I believe a good exchange for this might be Blowfin or CoinW. Let me see if I can pull up CoinW. I knew there was going to be some type of crazy pullback happening. You can see that right there. We just popped up farther than I thought we would, though. Okay, but let me go back over here. CoinW. Trade. You're going to see these things called ETFs. Now, I have a link for CoinW if you want to try these ETFs out. This is one of the reasons I like CoinW. But if I could pull this up, can you guys see this? Not really. There you go. All right, so you're going to see ETF right here. It'll be trade, ETF. Then once you hear ETF, Bitcoin 6L, Bitcoin 6S, that's 6x long, 6x short, right? Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin 3 long, 3x, right? You got Ethereum ETF, you got other ETFs, so you see all the things on the Ethereum network right here, right? Trump 3 short, Trump 3 long, right? So if you don't want to have to worry about all those fees necessarily, the funding fees, you can try to do that instead. ETF 4, again, a little bit more risky, but still there. ETF 6 right here, and you can have some good times. But you're not like picking 20x leverage, 30x leverage. It's already set up within the type of spot trade that you're using. So it could be something that you maybe want to look at, maybe not. But yeah, go to CoinW if you want to, and they have they have some of those ETF tokens right there. Oh, aren't I happy I got out when I did? My God. See, I knew something was up. Kind of funny how I talked myself down too right before that happened. I was like, something's probably about to happen. All right, well, it doesn't matter. I sold my position. Again, while you sell, it may have gone even higher. I want to make sure that it's clear, but I was happy with my getting out when I did. Hey, well, the profit's profit. You'd be surprised how many people would just kill to make a profit. I was in a Bitcoin hedge when he got shut up, broke even. Hey, breaking even is also something that's very good right there too. I have a 450% gain locked up today, and I have a 125% gain locked in today. I also have a few losses, but can you give me some TA short term on XRP? Yes, I can. Let's start with the weekly chart and kind of go down, just so you have an understanding of what's going on. But yeah, I'll break it down, especially on the shorter time frames. All right. So on the weekly chart, XRP to me is actually looking like, something could be happening, because we got a bullish change of character. Now, it hasn't been confirmed this week, but so far it's looking pretty good. And everything right here is all bullish, which to me is like, damn, we could be looking at some good moves. We've been here before, unfortunately, and it hasn't necessarily proved to be anything great. But if Bitcoin gets its act together, it could really make something of a powerful move. We're really close to that breakout point here. We haven't been over here in a while. This is not even the right spot for it. There we go. So we are somewhat close to a breakout, but until that breakout happens, we're pretty close to a large level of resistance. And that's the way I would think of it right now. The daily chart's been bullish for a while. Change of character right there. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Soaring to the heavens here, looking pretty good. Today, we're looking at some resistance, also getting rejected from an order block, it looks like, from back over here from April 10th. Now, as we start looking at some of these shorter time frames, everything is generally still bullish here, but what you're seeing is a lot more weakness in the 4-hour chart, specifically on the RSI and the stochastic. It doesn't give me a lot of hope that this thing is going to continue to really rally here for the next few hours. For that, we would have to see Bitcoin maybe making a larger move, or some type of news event around XRP, which wouldn't be uncommon because of all this litigation stuff that we've been hearing. Now, 1-hour chart's been kind of bearish for a hot minute here. Bearish, bearish, bearish. You've seen that we continue to go higher, but not really. It's kind of moderating, you could tell, right? So as I go over here to the 15-minute chart, you kind of have a support level around here about 60 cents. You might be looking to buy in around there for maybe something more of a day trade. I wouldn't do much more than a day trade at this point, because most likely if Bitcoin's not able to have that big pump, which doesn't, we're still kind of an iffy spot. You're going to see us come down and break down here, back down to 58, or we're going to have this nice bounce and then try to rally back up here, coming out towards tomorrow. For me, with Trump speaking, I think we might do this one and come back up. You'll know pretty fast by tonight, though, if this thing keeps on breaking down, you're going to find some type of a new short position. If I was to have a stop loss, it'd be placed around 60 cents. If you're looking to buy into a position, it would still be around here at 60 cents. And you might have a quick stop loss between 59.64 and maybe back over here towards 59.32, which is back over here towards this level of resistance. Old resistance, excuse me. Momentum on the 15 is still pretty nasty, though. 30-minute nasty, 1 hour nasty, 2 hour nasty, just turning nasty. The 4 hour is not there yet, so it almost makes me think that we might just have to wait a couple days. Not days, but you might actually have to wait for us to come back into contact with that 20 moving average, on the 4 hour chart. Last time that was a pretty nice bounce. You might have to wait for that again before you feel real confidence. But those day trades, I would say, are still looking okay around the 60 cent mark down here. So if you wanted to buy over here for a little bit of a pump, yeah, but I don't expect it to pump from here and go higher unless that happens sometime later on tomorrow, way over here. And for that, I'd still expect it to come down and up. Yeah, day trade around 60 perhaps, but it doesn't look good on the short term here. Everything's turning bearish on this. Oh, damn, I got out at the best of times. Woo. I know what's causing us a little bit of a move here. What's my best performing coin to date? I think it's Turbo. Turbo is my best performing coin to date. Hey, and any new trades? Man, you got to be here when I open the trades, because that's when I feel like it's the best time to make the trade. I don't see any real good trades happening right now for me, unless you wanted to buy something for like the next 24 hours. That's up, but that has a stop loss of 63,800 basically. That's the way I'd be looking at it. Oh, my bad, guys. I forgot to move my head out of that little area. Fixed volume profile and daily on a weekly Luxago oscillator with your stats as well. Fixed volume profile and daily VH with weekly vol, Lux Algo. Let me know what those are. I don't think I've actually used those with Lux Algo. I'm going to invite only. There's the back testing. There's Market Cipher in here. There's Sonar Lab. Price action concepts, oscillator matrix. I might not have those. Yeah, I might not have all those ones. Hey, itty bitty. Can you chat about great exchanges for commissions? I'm on Coinbase and the fees are over 2%. It kind of depends on what you're looking for. So what makes a lot of exchanges usually pretty darn good, as far as, you know, like the Fairdesks, the CoinWs, Binances, and Blow, you know, all that type of stuff, is typically the exchanges that you can trade a lot of leverage on. They want you to trade with leverage, so they're going to make everything else pretty cheap. So if you go over to Binance and let me just show you this very fast. There you go. So you're going to see spot right here at 0.1% for maker taker, VIP 0.9, but just for most people, it's going to be a spot right here at 0.1%. Okay, that's for maker taker spot trading or trading. Spot promotions, you're going to see Bitcoin for certain things, it's going to be 0. They have promotions a lot for new tokens. But if you go over here to Fairdesk trading fees, theirs is also 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 for everything right there. Sorry, you guys can't see part of it here because of the liquidations going on. You can go over here to Blowfin, trading fees, spot. Okay, you can't see it, but it's 0.1, 0.03, depending on which VIP level you guys go up to. But the basic one is going to be 0.1. If you guys typically trade a lot more, you know, assets, 30-day volume is over $1 million. That's not difficult if you're trading like $1,000 with 100x leverage. It's not really hard to get to that. A few $1,000, it's not really difficult. That goes down from 0.1 to 0.03. So if you guys can trade quite a bit, and by this I mean you're making profit, but you're not. You guys are still making money. I don't want you guys to trade just for the fee reduction. If you guys are losing money overall, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's gonna be 0.1. A lot of people are gonna be 0.1. Coinbase is kind of difficult for a few different reasons, and you're getting taxed multiple times. So you're getting that you know, they're getting the fees, right, for trading. What I would do is get Coinbase One first of all. If you're going to be using Coinbase quite a bit, Coinbase One costs I think $30 a month, and it saves me hundreds of bucks a month, hundreds, because of the amount of money I get. I turn from stable coins to cash. But what I don't like is that when I sell my stable coins for cash, they're selling my stable coins for 99 cents on the dollar. So it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. Basically, they're taxing me 1% every single time I do that. So I typically don't like Coinbase, besides the fact that it's like the only vehicle that I really have right now that I like that will move funds from stable coins to cash, then cash to my bank account. Coinbase, it's good if you just want to hold spot for long periods of time. It's not good if you want to day trade spot, in my opinion. But again, most of these exchanges are going to have them. If you go over here towards something like a CoinW, you know, I have the link down below for this one, of course. You can go with the small leverage ones like we talked about, Bitcoin 6 long, Bitcoin 6 short, you know, 6x returns and stuff like that. But yeah, for the most part, every exchange is going to have some type, but they're usually a lot cheaper on other exchanges because they make all their money with you leverage trading, you know. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Futures. With the futures trading right here, it's 0.02% and 0.06 because they know you're going to be, you know, moving a lot of money around. But if you have over $50,000 in assets, yeah, you trade over $10 million. I know 50,000 is a lot, but you can see how the fees go down quite a bit. You typically won't have to worry about the fees too much unless you guys are trading with some really crazy high leverages. If you guys want to save money on fees, typically larger amounts of capital and less fees are the way to do it. So, you know, I could trade $1,000 at 50x leverage, or I could trade $10,000, you know, at whatever that leverage may be, something like that. You know what I mean? You get the point I'm trying to make. There's some money flowing into Bitcoin right now. They're really trying to prop this thing back up. And hey, Steve, how you doing? Let's see right here. Yeah, no worries, Poker Life. Happy to help you out, my man. Can I check ICP? Sure thing. Let me go over here very fast. ICP, if I can find it. There you go. This is still one of those tokens where it's trying to have a rebound right now. And typically it does have some pretty good rebounds after it finds some type of bottom. At this point, though, ICP is trying to flip. And this might be a good opportunity if you guys haven't started to dollar cost average into this to start. The weekly charts are all starting to look okay, and you might see this thing start to pop off here sometime in the next month or two. The daily charts have already been bullish for a hot minute. You can see right there is when everything kind of turned bullish for me. Change of character plus buy. I guess you got some bullish signals way back over here, but from the change of character perspective, once you buy, you don't have to wait. It kind of just goes up. All right, so right now it's been going up for the past few days. Things still look relatively good. You're seeing momentum slow down just a tad. The 4-hour chart suggests that you kind of want to be scaling out and not buying in at this point. You're seeing a rejection off of this order block from when was this back over here? Yeah, back in June 12th, it looks like. Not terrible, but it looks like we're falling back down a tad. You see the MACD is still bullish, but like just barely right there, just barely. Stochastic at this point, everything's so close I have to zoom in on it. The stochastic is bearish in the 4-hour chart, and the RSI is bearish in the 4-hour chart. So for me, this is something where I'm still kind of bullish on it for the next few days and weeks and stuff like that, but it might need to cool off for a little bit before it continues the overall rally. Let me check out the 2-hour chart. Bearish. 1 hour is bearish. 30 minutes bearish. 15 minutes bearish. Yeah, you just had a sell signal on the 15-minute chart. That's almost reminds me of the last token we were looking at here too. I might buy it if it breaks down below $10, and hopefully I can see a move happening after that. But right now, you can definitely see that this thing is slowing down a little bit here. A few order blocks. Maybe if Bitcoin takes a tumble here, it might come back down to 984. At worst, probably down here towards 950. The only way it really takes a larger move down here towards the mid-nines, is really if Bitcoin is having a larger breakdown below its own 50-day moving average, which at this point hasn't been confirmed. Bitcoin today is still positive. It's still profitable here. We're only at 0.71%, but we are profitable here, and I think that's something to be, mentioned at least. Still trying to hold on here to the 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart. I don't know if we're going to hold this tomorrow, but so far we are doing a decent job of holding it. But going back over here to ICP, it definitely looks like it wants to cool off a little bit more. So this is going to be more of a day of scaling out practically, where you're just looking for another opportunity to enter in there. For me, I typically enter in again at these change of characters and break of structures. This was a good one right there. This one was a good one right there. This one was not a good one. It came crashing down afterwards, so you might have lost one, and then another one there. The 1-hour charts may be good for you right now. That one actually worked out pretty well. That one worked out for a little bit more of a scalp, but not really much else besides that one. That one did okay. Yeah, you're pretty much kind of in a waiting period, waiting for another opportunity to buy back in, because right now it's more of a scale-out market, a scaler-out market, whatever you want to call that. There you go. Bitcoin's kind of going through some whiplash right now. Once you place your leverage order, can you change your target price and stop loss? Yeah, when it comes to Fairdesk, you're going to see it down here. You're going to see entire stop loss. You're going to click on that. Let me open up a small position here just to show you. $5. Oh, it has to be larger than that. Oh, $50. Okay. There you go. Okay. So if I zoom out a little bit, there you go. You can see entire stop loss or partial stop loss. So let's say I want to have a stop loss at 65,000, basically 64,500. Let's say I want to have it at 65,000, right? And it hits confirmed. Oh. Last price. We're not above 65,000, are we? Long position stop loss should be lower than latest price or mark stop loss. Oh, Damn, my brain is not working today. Never mind. 64,000. There you go. So I have my stop loss right here, right? Let's say I want to change it. You hit those 3 little bars right there, right? And then you re-put it in right there. Now, sometimes, let's say the target price is going to be 65,000 bucks again. There we go. Sometimes if you click on this, it may not have this. It may have something that looks different, and I don't know why it's not popping up now. But typically there's gonna be a little button that you push up here, and it'll be like a little drawing tool. You click on that, and it'll open up everything so you can change it again. But yeah, you can adjust this as much as you want to. It doesn't have to be the same. We'll leave this little $50 position open. It's not a lot, so we'll just kind of have to have fun and watch it here. This is a 1 minute chart though, so we're basically scalping at this point. Yeah, we're just scalping at that point. Does CoinW do KYC? I don't believe so, Ava. I don't believe they have KYC. Most of the exchanges that I partner with don't do KYC at all. Now there's ups and downs to that, as you guys might know. You don't have to do KYC. The downside is eventually that those exchanges get kicked out of the United States. Now, Fairdesk, I've worked with them for a long time. They're still here. CoinW is relatively new. Bluefin I've been working with a while, and they're still here. But you know how Gary Gensler can be. I think right now the SEC has been more focused not so much on crypto exchanges over the past few months and quarters. It's more been focused on all this ETF stuff. And they've had to really prioritize where they want to attack, and it seems like it's not the exchanges. However, over the past year or so, we did see, again, go over to exchanges. We do see that Binance is no longer here. Coinbase is here. I can't trade on OKX. I can't use Bybit. I can't use Upbit. I can't use Kraken. I can't use Gate.io, HTX, Bitfinex, KuCoin, Mexi, BitGet. I can only use crypto.com. Like at the top, like 15, I can only use 2, you know? So eventually, everything gets added on to that list. Now, I'm expecting it to get better if Trump wins the election, but right now, it's just like, you're going to have to move your money around for exchanges these days, and I hate that. I don't like it because, you know, I've been tried and true TD Ameritrade for most of my life here as far as my trading life. I don't like moving money from exchange to exchange to exchange. But for non KYC, you're going to have to do that at this point, right? At this point. Thanks, Wilder. Unfortunately, with the target price, I can only make a maximum amount of something. We'll have some fun trading it. You know, at least I already made my money trading from here to here a while ago, wherever I bought that at. I always like making money with you guys. That one's just teeny money. That one's just for fun. How does Aero look? AERO. I haven't talked about Aero in a while. Can it not find it? This is not a difficult token. Oh, it's just not searching for stuff right now. Coinbase, TradingView may be having an issue here. Let me do something very fast. We refresh it all. There we go. Yep, sometimes just refreshing will fix that up. So the weekly chart, let's see if we can find this on another exchange here. Take it. No. Mexi? No? Okay, it's going to be something newer here. Alright. So we're not going to have much in the long-term stuff. Last time we talked about this apparently was this breakout opportunity. God, that's a long time ago. That was back over here in May. Oh, but this thing came screaming down, didn't it? Wow. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, the buy signal was way back over here on July 13th. It's already been taking off. It's trying to break out right now, so you can continue to hold on to this. It's definitely in a scale out zone, not necessarily a buy zone for swing traders right now. If you're trying to swing trade this and hold this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's not what I'd be doing. I'm right now looking at this as, hey, I would have bought down here. I would have scaled. I'd be scaling out right now. Excuse me. On the 4-hour chart, you're still looking okay. You're seeing momentum die off a bit, which is a little bit more concerning to me. I'd basically just be holding what I have and be scaling out. If I bought way down here, like there was another buying opportunity way back over here, July 13th. If you wanted to move your stop loss up, just move it up here towards 82 cents. No reason to move it all the way up here to 90 cents. And then just kind of watch to see if this thing continues to move on higher. The 4-hour chart's okay. The 2-hour chart's bearish. 1-hour chart's bearish. 30-minute is bullish. And the 15 is bullish right now. So yeah, it's looking okay. This is really just getting propelled by, looks like investors, not so much whales. Pop this up right here. You already hit the price target right there. So you might have a short-term price target up here around $1.12. More realistically, though, you'd have to zoom out quite a bit here, which is going to be a pain, to be honest. But I'm not entirely sure if this is the right low, though. And if that 112 doesn't work out for you, there's a large one up here towards 150. Does that match up? That actually matches up with that old support level over here, so that does work out. Yeah, I would just be scaling out or holding, one of the two options here. I would just caution you. Let's see, where's this other one that I just saw right there? It's right here. Yeah. I would just caution you to move a stop loss up here to kind of protect yourself. If you're not in the trade already and you're looking for a way to get in, there was a buy opportunity right there with a change of character kicking off, but it's already kind of gone on. You might wait for it to consolidate a little bit longer or break down or something, and then you want to catch onto that fire. There was a buy signal right there. Not really enough for me to buy right there on a 5-minute chart. There was one right there, didn't work out. Breakup structure right there, but yeah. It looks fine. I'm not really enticed about really buying into it, though. This is more of like, man, you bought it at a really good time. You're looking to scale out slowly on this sucker. Not even fast, just slowly. And then go to bed with a stop loss around 82 cents or something like that. Hey, Kador. Right now, Bitcoin looks fairly strong. My concern, though, is it's going to break down below the 50. If I'm following the momentum, I think we go more sideways than up. We might go back up here towards $67,000, something like that. But eventually, we're going to get pulled back down and sucked back down here. And then we're going to have another rally coming on in a couple weeks or something like that. I don't anticipate this being a big rocket ship that goes straight up. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm hedging all of this thought by having tons of dollar cost averages being dumb. But right now, I think we're still going to go up a little bit higher, perhaps. But we're going to eventually get sucked back down. So what I've been doing to kind of mitigate a lot of that is all I'm doing is doing small day trades within all this stuff. And that seems to be making me the best returns right now without having to be worried about waking up one morning and seeing Bitcoin down $400, $500, $1,000, $2,000. That's kind of the way I've been trading so far. But the general trend right now is still up, but it feels like we're about to get sucked back down over the next few days here. Perhaps after Trump speaks tomorrow. Anyways, Cato, I appreciate the question. What did you miss? Generally not too much. We did a day trade today, made a few bucks off of that one. That was pretty nice. I'm going to call it a night here for the stream, everybody. But right now, Bitcoin's okay, like I just was talking about. The general vibe is that we're going higher, but we're going to get sucked back down here pretty soon. I'm not entirely sure when, because I'm not that good at trading. I'm just good at making money, but not forecasting completely. The way I'm seeing this is still a day trader's market. If you guys want to swing trade, no more than 30 hours. And then I'm kind of watching to see what happens with the 4-hour charts right now. You guys can see right here that the 4-hour charts are pretty bullish. Or the daily charts are pretty bullish. We have RSI, MACD, stochastic, all going in the right direction. The 4-hour chart, though, over the last few days has actually been slowing down quite a bit. And you see how we're just starting to get bearish here. Bearish, bearish, bearish. To me, that doesn't symbolize something that's going to really, something is about to boom and happen. Now, we very well may, but I think I want to see if Bitcoin cools off a little bit more, and I'll see what happens coming till tomorrow. What we saw happen in the stock market kind of spooked me today as well with the NASDAQ and stuff. So we saw the NASDAQ come down pretty darn hard. If the NASDAQ doesn't hold right here, we may see Bitcoin pull back down along with it. I'm hoping that because Bitcoin's been doing its own thing while the NASDAQ has been doing its own thing, perhaps Bitcoin will stay strong. But at this point in time, I'm playing it. I'm doing caution. I'm encouraging caution. Maybe, I don't know if it's the right way to say it, but day trading still seems to be the best way for me to do this. And I would say right now, those 4-hour change of characters are okay for Bitcoin right now if the momentum is fine. But those 1-hour change of characters seem to be giving me the best profit along with the 15. So if you wanted to pair something together, there you go. Here's the 1-hour change of characters, right? Still seem to be doing okay right now, generally popping up for a few hours of holding. Again, I'm not holding for this entire move. I'm buying right here, selling right here, buying right here, selling right here. I'm not riding the entire wave. That's because I have high leverages, though. If you want to trade with 50x leverage, you got to be careful, because if that thing goes the other way, you're done. But here's the 15, right? Buy here, sell here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy there, buy there. It's generally working out for us right now. We just had one a few minutes ago over here, but like I said, I bought here, I sold here. I didn't even do anything crazy. You guys saw the moment it sold. I'm not hoping for the moon here. I'm just taking my money and running at this point. So I'll see you guys on Hey Football Dream. Yeah, we talked about the dollar index a while ago. So far, it's working out in our favor. It has had some issues in the past where it goes up and Bitcoin goes up, like they go in the same direction. I'm hoping that's not the case, though, this time around. I think the general vibe is Bitcoin's going up. We'll have to see another big move from the dollar index, I would assume, sometime with the Fed meeting in, FOMC, July 30th or 31st, something like that. But yeah, the general vibe is Bitcoin's going up. It's more about, are we going straight up, or are we going to go up, have a sharp move down, and then boost back up? I usually think that whales come in here to shake everybody out, and then they want to see Bitcoin go back up. But yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later. I will not be streaming tomorrow, most likely, because I'm going to be in Seattle for the whole day, which is a whole trip in itself. But I will be posting videos all throughout the day, so you guys have you guys will see what I'm thinking about the markets and such. So have a good rest of your night, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm hoping that on Friday when I stream again, we'll be doing a long